If you took all the religions in the world and laid them all out on a table, there is one that is radically different from any other religion. It is generally agreed that Jesus Christ is the founder and central figure of Christianity. What most people don't realize, however, is that Christianity is the only religion in the world that began thousands of years before its founder and central figure appears in history. That is unique. Most people think that Christianity began in the first century with the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth. That would be a mistake, however. The Bible actually has two parts to it. There's an Old Testament and a New. And the Old Testament has parts of it that were written 3,000 years ago and includes records that go back to the dawn of humanity. There is something in the Bible that is unique in human history. It contains dozens of prophecies that were made about a Messiah or Christ who would be both God and human. And it stated that the Messiah would arrive in Jerusalem sometime before the destruction of the Second Temple, which we know occurred in 70 AD by the Romans. It also stated that he would be executed at that time. Another prophecy states that God would one day be valued at 30 pieces of silver, which happened to be the exact amount that Judas Iscariot betrayed Christ for. Perhaps most importantly, there was another prophecy made around 700 years before the time of Christ that stated the Messiah would satisfy the demands of justice for all the crimes of humanity so that he could make people pure in the sight of God, at least for those who would accept that gift. Other prophecies describe his crucifixion about 1,000 years before it occurred, mentioning that his hands and feet would be pierced, that they would have a lottery for his clothes, and that they would give him vinegar to drink during his execution. Remarkably, it appears that Jesus Christ fulfilled all of these prophecies, and during the exact window of time that had been prophesied centuries earlier. Think about the implications. If the Old Testament contains information about events that occurred hundreds of years in the future, then we must consider the possibility that it comes from a source that transcends time itself. There is no other religion in the world like this. Interestingly, Jesus of Nazareth claimed that he was I Am, the being who transcends time and for whom the past, present, and future are all in the timeless present. So what was his message? It was simply this: if you and I put our trust in Jesus Christ for forgiveness for the things that we have done that were wrong, as well as for the gift of eternal life, then we can have a personal relationship with God that begins right here in this life and lasts forever.